Our top story this morning, all eyes are on Gorakhpur as Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be filing his nomination from the Gorakhpur Urban seat today. Chief Minister Yogi has begun his big day with a havan at the Gorakhnath temple. Remember, Home Minister Amit Shah as well as Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan will be accompanying the UP Chief Minister while he files his nomination. Yogi Adityanath is also expected to address a meeting in Gorakhpur before going ahead and filing his papers. Yogi has represented Gorakhpur as the MP. This is the Lok Sabha seat since 1998 till 2017 when he became the Chief Minister. This is, in fact, the very first time that the Gorakhpur Mudhead priest and the Chief Minister is running in the assembly elections for an MLA seat. The UP Chief Minister is being challenged by Dalit leader Chandrasekhar Azad on his home turf. Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad has confirmed that he is going to be taking on Yogi Adityanath head-on from the same Gorakhpur urban seat in the UP elections. Let's take you straight to the ground of what's happening. Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor, is joining us from Gorakhpur. We also have Abhishek Mishra joining us from a different vantage point as we get set for that mega event to kick off, where Yogi Adityanath will file his nomination papers. Let me first take this across to Rahul Srivastava, who I understand is at the rally venue where Amit Shah and Yogi are. These are live visuals also on your screens of Yogi Adityanath. He's been offering prayers at the Gorakhnath temple from early this morning. He's got a packed schedule ahead. Union Minister Amit Shah is expected to land there in Gorakhpur shortly. This is a big moment for Yogi Adityanath. Politically, of course, hugely symbolic, hugely important. But also beyond that, the fact that this is, in fact, a spiritual home turf. Let's cut across, in fact, live to that report.
मत्था टेकने पहुंचे हैं क्योंकि यहां से मत्था टेकने के बाद ही वो नामांकन के लिए जाएंगे, जनसभा के लिए जाएंगे। और अगर आप देखें दूसरी तरफ तो उनका मठ है बाईं तरफ जो गुलाबी रंग का है और उसी में योगी आदित्यनाथ का कह सकते हैं परमानेंट जो निवास है वो है। वहां से निकले हैं, मंदिर की तरफ गए हैं और मंदिर से फिर निकलकर वो सीधा गाड़ी में बैठेंगे, एयरपोर्ट जाएंगे, वहां पर अमित शाह को रिसीव करेंगे और अमित शाह को रिसीव करने के बाद पहुंचेंगे एमपी जो कॉलेज है वहां पहुंचेंगे जहां पर एक जनसभा होगी और उसके बाद वो अपना नामांकन दाखिल करेंगे, कलेक्ट्रेट जाएंगे, फिर उसके बाद लौटेंगे और इसी मंदिर प्रांगण में आएंगे। यहाँ पर अमित शाह, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान, स्वतंत्र देव सिंह, इन तमाम लोगों के साथ दिन का भोजन है और उसके बाद अमित शाह तकरीबन 1:15 बजे वापस चले जाएंगे। लेकिन इस वक्त आप देख सकती हैं, हम आपको तस्वीरें दिखाएं क्योंकि महज कुछ क्षणों में पूजा पाठ करने के बाद वो वापस आएंगे और इस मंदिर से निकलकर आज का उनका पूरा का पूरा दूसरा कार्यक्रम है। तो यहाँ तमाम तैयारियां इस वक्त आपको दिखाई देंगी मंदिर के बाहर और सबको इस बात की अभी उम्मीद कि अब योगी आदित्यनाथ निकलेंगे। दूसरी तरफ लोगों को भी दिखाएं।
Okay, these are live images that we're getting to you from the Gorakhnath temple. Remember that Yogi Adityanath is the head priest there, which is exactly what I was mentioning about how this is a hugely symbolic move for Yogi Adityanath. It's his Karmabhoomi, which is where he's returned, a seat that seemed an obvious choice, a go-to for the BJP. We also just got you that live report by Kumar Abhishek from the Gorakhnath temple. Yogi Adityanath is currently inside offering his prayers. After this, he's going to be holding a Jansabha, a meeting where he's going to be interacting with several prominent people also in this constituency. He's not new to this area. This is essentially home to Yogi Adityanath. He's the head priest of the Gorakhpur Mutt. Besides that, of course, he's been the MP from the Gorakhpur Lok Sabha seat for many, many years till he became the Chief Minister. So this is easily a stronghold, a safe seat for him in eastern Uttar Pradesh. But there is also a very, very important reason that the BJP chose this seat for him. It's close to Varanasi, the Prime Minister's constituency. Add to that the fact that also eastern UP, the BJP is counting on for a sweep. Let me take this across to Abhishek Mishra, who's joining us live from Gorakhpur with all the action from what's happening on the ground. Abhishek, we're beaming live images of Yogi Adityanath offering prayers at the Gorakhnath temple. From here, it's straight to a Jansabha. This is a huge spectacle. The BJP is ensuring maximum fanfare also on the streets of Gorakhpur. Home Minister Amit Shah is going to be there. You're going to be seeing top leaders of the UP BJP also present for this moment today.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. It's a very important day as far as nomination is concerned. Yogi Adityanath, CM, is currently at the Gorakhpur temple, and there he's performing all the pujas and all these anushtans which has been done. But I am right now just outside the AIMS, where all the supporters who are there to welcome Amit Shah, at the same time CM Yogi Adityanath, who are soon going to arrive here because Amit Shah will be landing at the airport, and Yogi Adityanath will come here to receive him. All the supporters are there, and just in front of the AIMS, which is a very important project of the BJP government, be at the AIMS or the fertilizer, the work which has been done in Gorakhpur is something which Yogi Adityanath and the BJP government is showcasing in Uttar Pradesh as far as development is concerned. Let's speak to some of the people here, what they have to say. कितना उत्साह है आज आपको? आज आदित्यनाथ आज सीएम अपना नामांकन करने वाले हैं।
बहुत उत्साह आज है गोरखपुर के नागरिकों में। पूरे गोरखपुर के नागरिक आज अपने घरों से निकल करके पूज्य महाराज जी का और अपने अमित शाह जी का और
की तस्वीर बदली है 5 सालों में।
पूरी तस्वीर बदली है। जो 50 साल में काम नहीं हुआ था वो 5 साल में पूज्य महाराज जी ने गोरखपुर के लिए किया है।
गोरखपुर चुनाव क्यों लड़ा है योगी जी, क्या बताना चाह रहे हैं? क्यों गोरखपुर का ही चुनाव क्यों किया योगी जी ने? क्या मतलब
गोरखपुर का घर है,
गोरखपुर का उनका घर है, तो वो महाराज जी लड़ ही सकते हैं। गोरखपुर में बहुत महाराज जी ने ये काम किया है, सड़कों के जाल बिछे, एम्स बिछे और मेडिकल कॉलेज सब
कुछ से लेके कुशीनगर पूरे पूर्वांचल तक मैसेज जाएगा क्या यहाँ पर?
जी पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में उनका मैसेज जाएगा, क्योंकि एक बहुत खतरनाक बीमारी यहाँ होती थी इंसेफेलाइटिस, उसको उन्होंने यहाँ पे जड़ से खत्म कर दिया।
एम्स बनने से फायदा हुआ?
एम्स बनने से पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश, पूर्वांचल, बिहार और
नेपाल के
आधे नेपाल आधा बिहार आ जाते हैं एम्स में दवा कराने के लिए। यहाँ पूरा
you can see how they are excited and they are playing the dhols. They are all waiting for that moment when CM Yogi Adityanath will come here. They will welcome them, but at the same time it is very important that today's day is all about CM Adityanath is all set to file his nomination for the UP polls. Yes.
So there's an air of celebration around you, Abhishek. We can hear the music, we can see the dance. People there elated that Yogi Adityanath has chosen this constituency to contest the election. It is a stronghold. It is, in fact, an obvious choice for the BJP as to exactly why Yogi Adityanath is contesting from this seat. But where you're standing, Abhishek, that AIMS is, in fact, something that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi and Yogi Adityanath just a few weeks ago, which is why symbolically, you see so many people who've gathered there.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. This project is very important for the BJP because the situation in Gorakhpur and this whole belt, be it Kushinagar and all those adjoining area, the infrastructure and all those problems, PM Narendra Modi came here and inaugurated this AIMS. The airport is just hardly 2 kilometers away from there, and that also is a major milestone of the BJP government. Fertilizer plant, you can recall that the Gorakhpur fertilizer, which was a long demand for from CM Yogi Adityanath's side when he was a member of parliament, that also at the same time the work of the roads and all those work which has been done in the past couple of years is a major milestone that the BJP government wants to showcase. And selecting Gorakhpur is not just about a home turf advantage. It's about giving a message in the Purvanchal. We've already seen that how the Purvanchal battle is become more intense for both the parties now. 115 was the number, and BJP by fielding Yogi Adityanath from here, it's going to give a big message to the whole belt. And that's the only reason that Amit Shah is also coming here. He will be talking about how the Purvanchal has been transformed, be it Purvanchal Expressway, medical colleges, fertilizers, AIMS, and all those projects which have been concentrated only and only in Purvanchal. So that is a major thing. But CM Adityanath has always been speaking about the development of all the segments of societies, and that is the only reason that 4 of his proposals come from different backgrounds, different segments, and that is what will also be seen during the nomination when he will file it at the collectorate. Yes.
Okay, Abhishek, I'm going to come back to you. This is homecoming for Yogi Adityanath, which is why you see that atmosphere also across Gorakhpur right now. He's represented Gorakhpur as an MP, as a member of parliament 5 times. After him, Ravi Kishan now has taken over as the MP from Gorakhpur. And let's listen into a conversation that Rahul Srivastava had with him just a few moments ago.
Mr. Ravi Kishan, Member of Parliament, one of the most popular faces from Gorakhpur, in fact, and Eastern UP. Ravi, you are popular across the country. you have helped the BJP in this region. इस बार थोड़ा टाइट है मामला.
No, nothing like that. I'll definitely मैं आज तक के सभी दर्शकों को बता देना चाहता हूँ. Not overconfident, but I'm confident because of the work, because of the honesty of my Chief Minister, Shri Yogi Adityanath Maharaj ji, and the kind of dedication and the way day and night 20 hours in 24 hours में 20 hours he worked. And मैं इसका साक्षी रहा, मैं गवा रहा, समस्त Eastern UP, Uttar Pradesh गवा रहा. So I'm very confident because of the honesty, the kind of work, the education or medical side or the roads.
One element has been disheartening was the dead bodies floating down the Ganga, a lot of the other things. And also, there was a word that Mr. Yogi Adityanath may contest from Ayodhya. What is the significance of coming to Gorakhpur?
See, everybody must know that Bharatiya Janata Party is one cadre party. We have Sangathan. There are layers. They decide. We don't decide. It's not Sapa or Congress party, जो परिवार की पार्टी खुद को वोट देना, खुद को दूल्हा बनाना, खुद तय करना मेरी शादी यहाँ होगी. No, nothing like that. Here, cadre decide. They decided Ravi Kishan to fight from Gorakhpur. So I've come all the way to fight from Gorakhpur और 7.5 लाख वोट हमको यहाँ मिले. So the party decided कि महाराज जी का जो कद है, उनकी popularity है, इतनी बड़ी है कि anywhere in entire country किसी से पूछ ले, कहीं से भी वो लड़ते हो definitely ऐतिहासिक वोट से जीतते. So पार्टी ने और इन्होंने पूरा जीवन यहाँ संघर्ष किया, इस मिट्टी में संघर्ष किया, आंदोलन किया, इंसेफ्लाइटिस से लेके यहाँ पानी की समस्या, मेडिकल यही रामगढ़ झील पे जहाँ लाशें बहती थी, आज वहाँ पर स्पीड बोट पे लोग घूम रहे हैं. आज उन्होंने चेंज किया, यहाँ एम्स है, यहाँ फर्टिलाइजर है, चीनी कारखाने हैं, you name and the things are there which have never happened in last 70 years. I am from here, I'm a local boy. I am from this soil, so I know कि यहाँ पर लोग डरते. This itself where you're standing right now is इसको Eastern Chicago बोलते.
But it was law and order is an issue yesterday. Owaisi was attacked.
That I don't know. That's what happened. I've read in the news, but where, how, some personal grudges, anything can happen, which I know उसको पुलिस छानबीन करेगी और जो भी उसमें गुनहगार होगा उसको डेफिनेटली पकड़ा जाएगा. और बहुत ही बुरा है जो भी हुआ, वो किसने किया, क्या किया, उसको वो तुरंत पकड़ा जाएगा.
We just told we are joined by the studio also now.
Okay, so Rahul there speaking to Ravi Kishan, who said that they're confident really of a victory in the assembly elections, and Ravi Kishan talking about the importance of Gorakhpur, the transformation that the area has undergone under the BJP. And that's exactly what the BJP has been talking about and focusing about. Under Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, the developer projects that have been kicked off across eastern Uttar Pradesh, in Purvanchal, you know, you've got Yogi Adityanath contesting from a seat that's very close to Varanasi, because the BJP is counting on a complete saffron sweep in Purvanchal, and they need that in case things don't go as per their strategy in western Uttar Pradesh. That perhaps was also the thinking behind going ahead and fielding Yogi Adityanath from a stronghold, from a seat where many political experts say it will be considered a safe seat for him. Welcome back. You're tuned into India Today's non-stop election coverage from the constituency of Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, where Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be filing his nomination papers. He's contesting from the Gorakhpur Urban seat. Yogi has begun his big day with a havan at the Gorakhnath temple. Home Minister Amit Shah, Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan will be accompanying the UP Chief Minister when he files his nomination papers. Amit Shah is expected to land in just a few moments from now in Gorakhpur. Besides that, on schedule is Yogi Adityanath's meeting in Gorakhpur. He's going to be also addressing people there before filing his nomination papers. Yogi is not new to the seat of Gorakhpur. He's represented this constituency as a member of parliament since 1998. So he's won this seat 5 times till, of course, he became the chief minister in 2017. This is for the very first time that Yogi Adityanath is contesting in the assembly election from Gorakhpur, for that matter, in the assembly election itself. He is also the Gorakhpur Mutt head priest, which is why this particular area, this seat, is so important to him politically and spiritually. The UP Chief Minister is being challenged by Dalit leader Chandrasekhar Azad on his home turf. The Bhim Army Chief earlier confirmed that he is also going to be contesting from the Gorakhpur Urban seat. Let's take this across to our reporters on the ground. Our National Affairs editor Rahul Srivastava is joining us from Gorakhpur from another vantage point. We've got Abhishek Mishra also getting us all the action from the ground. Rahul, I'd like to begin with you. You know, there's so much buzz around Gorakhpur right now, why the BJP chose the seat, etc. And there are a number of points that have been mentioned. One, of course, that this is a stronghold for the BJP. The second being pinned on the fact that Eastern UP and a sweep in Eastern Uttar Pradesh is so crucial for the BJP in this assembly election.
Yes, when you say that there is a lot of buzz, perhaps this is exactly what the BJP intended to do. The idea was to field Yogi Adityanath from Gorakhpur, which can be now called the epicenter for Uttar Pradesh, but very crucially for Eastern Uttar Pradesh, where the BJP had virtually walked out with more than 80% of the seats last time around that UP voted in 2017. And the BJP wants to maintain that hold, primarily because there is a big threat in Western Uttar Pradesh with Akhilesh Yadav and the RLD coming together. So the BJP wants that in its stronghold. In Eastern UP, the BJP should retain the maximum number of possible seats. Initially, there was a buzz that Mr. Yogi Adityanath may go to Mathura or then Ayodhya. He has a very strong Ayodhya connect. In fact, I would like to inform the viewers, because he comes from the Gorakhnath Dham peach here in Gorakhpur. He heads it after Mahant Avaidhanath, who was his religious spiritual mentor, who relinquished the post. He held the Gorakhpur seat in several Lok Sabha elections. Before that, Mahant Digvijayanath, who was the head of the Math, also did same. And in fact, Adityanath's mentor was Avaidhanath was part of the Ram Janmabhoomi temple movement, and Digvijayanath was one of the instrumental factors as far as the installation of a statue of Ram Lala in the Ram temple in 1949 is concerned. He was one of the principal conspirators, so-called principal conspirators at that time. And that's why it was expected that he could well be fielded from Ayodhya. But now that he's here, the BJP is making a big meal out of it. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, is coming. Yogi Adityanath has already reached the airport to receive him. Dharmendra Pradhan, the BJP's UP in charge, is also coming, and they will all be coming here for a public meeting before Yogi Adityanath goes to file his maiden nomination for the post a seat in the Legislative Assembly. And in this assembly, in this meeting, what one can see that only 1,000 odd chairs have been placed to ensure that there are COVID protocols are followed. And if the camera can pan quickly, Kripal Singh can pan it. One very interesting element I noted, that there is a lot about Gorakhpur. There is Dharmendra Pradhan and Yogi Adityanath. There is Yogi Adityanath and Amit Shah. There is very little of Prime Minister Narendra Modi when we see here, and it seems that the BJP is putting all the eggs in the Yogi basket in this region, perhaps to cash in on the popularity of the Chief Minister, and also somebody who has been a 5-term member of Parliament from this constituency. And this Gorakhpur Sadar constituency, from which he is going to file his nomination, is another very interesting battle, because since 1952, when elections have been held for this constituency, at one time it was a Jansangh, the BJP's political past, which used to lead the seats. Out of the 17 elections, the BJP has won it 12 odd times. So it can be called one of the citadels of BJP in Uttar Pradesh. And that is why Yogi Adityanath has picked it, perhaps to send across a signal. And what one can say is that the battle in this region will determine how the BJP, what kind of mandate the BJP receives, and also the kind of campaigning which is happening, that the BJP is trying to showcase what it has achieved and run down Akhilesh Yadav's political campaign. All that, this will be called the litmus test.
You know, it's interesting. If you look at both parties and their strategy as far as their leadership and their big leaders are concerned, Akhilesh Yadav is fighting from a stronghold, from a safe seat of Karhal. This, for the BJP, is also a stronghold, which is why the BJP has chosen to field Yogi Adityanath there. So they're not taking any chances on that front. Both Akhilesh and Yogi there have chosen relatively safe seats, have chosen very predictable seats as well, not really springing any surprise on that front. But the BJP today is making a huge headline event, a huge spectacle of this moment when Yogi Adityanath officially makes his assembly election debut by filing his nomination papers. You're going to see the biggest leaders of the Uttar Pradesh BJP unit present in Gorakhpur. They're all already filing in, streaming in for that event where Rahul Srivastava is standing by for. I want to bring in Abhishek Mishra also on this. Abhishek, accompanying Yogi Adityanath when he files his nomination papers officially is going to be Home Minister Amit Shah, and he's expected to land in Gorakhpur any time now. Abhishek, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely, Akshita. I would like to tell you something very important. CM Yogi Adityanath has arrived here at the airport to receive Amit Shah. Amit Shah is just about to land here, and CM Yogi Adityanath convoy has come, and you can see that he has come here just in front of us. CM Yogi Adityanath is there. That's his car, and it is entering the airport where he will be receiving Amit Shah, Home Minister, who is coming here for this very important nomination. And it is also very important, Akshita, that, you know, a strong message is going to be given from airport, from through AIMS, and from all those work the BJP has done. Let me show you the visual just in front of us, how the supporters are here. They are dancing to the music. They are witnessing, we can witness the excitement here with the fact that how CM Adityanath is, you know, all set for his first ever nomination for the UP polls, and the people in Gorakhpur are also excited for that. It's just a matter of some time afterward. CM Adityanath will leave from here, from the airport, and will move straight towards the rally spot where Amit Shah will also be there. And afterward, very important nomination will be filed where CM Adityanath will be in the battle fray against the Samajwadi Party, fighting it out from his home ground, that is Gorakhpur. Yes.
Okay, so we can see that, you know, celebrations have peaked. People there who've gathered for this massive spectacle, waving the BJP flag. They're all set to ensure a grand welcome for Home Minister Amit Shah. Is JP Nadda also going to be there, Abhishek? We're hearing that, you know, a lot of central leaders of the BJP are also going to be present, flanking Yogi Adityanath when he files his nomination papers.
Well, there is no information for JP Nadda, but yes, Amit Shah is coming. At the same time, Union Minister and the UP in charge, Dharmendra Pradhan, will also be there. We're also expecting some of the ministers as well, and specifically Swatantra Dev Singh, who is the UP chief, he will also be there. But, you know, it has started to rain here, but the excitement is not getting down, and all the supporters who have gathered here are here only to see CM Adityanath, and at the same time to see also, you know, Amit Shah at the same time. कितना excited है आज nomination हो रहा है, कितना important है, कितने
बहुत important है। मुख्यमंत्री योगी जी दोबारा बनने जा रहे हैं। हाँ, 2022 में दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री बनने जा रहे हैं।
गोरखपुर में ही उनका चलता है या बाकी सब जगह वो है?
योगी जी के चलता है, पूर्वांचल में हमारे योगी जी जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद।
कितना फर्क आएगा गोरखपुर से चुनाव में लड़ रहे हैं, कितना फर्क आएगा?
महाराज जी से किसी की लड़ाई नहीं है, बीजेपी से किसी की लड़ाई नहीं है, सब झूठ में सब पागडंडी बतिया रहे हैं, उनका कोई मतलब नहीं है। 5 साल में पूर्ण बहुमत से सरकार आ रही है, फिर दोबारा आ रही। महाराज जी ऐसा कोई टक्कर में नहीं है। इस बार महाराज जी चुनाव नहीं लड़े, एक कार्यकर्ता लड़ा।
Let me show you the visuals. How excited they are. Look at the dance moves. They're dancing here, showing us the folk moves here. And it is very important that how Amit Shah will also be coming here, and in just a matter of time, he will just leave from the outside, and there will be, you know, a lot of welcome, a lot of, you know, welcome for him, and at the same time for CM Yogi Adityanath, who is all set to file his nomination. And it is also very important, Akshita, the message which the BJP is giving, all the work which has been done in Purvanchal basically has been focused with giving Purvanchal a push. That is also the reason that, you know, PM Dharmendra Modi comes from Varanasi, but Gorakhpur is all about CM Yogi, it's all about Yogi factor, and that will be evident also when the nomination process will begin, and at the same time, how all these supporters who are gathering here for CM CM Yogi Adityanath for this big day. Yes.
Yeah, I can see around you that Gorakhpur essentially has been painted saffron by the BJP, with moments to go for Home Minister Amit Shah also to land there in the constituency. Yogi Adityanath is currently at the airport. He's going to be personally greeting Amit Shah when he touches down there in Gorakhpur. It's considered essentially to be his home turf, which is why we're seeing that kind of celebration around you, Abhishek. Yogi Adityanath has had such a long association with Gorakhpur, not just representing it as a member of parliament, also the fact that he's the Mahant, the head priest of the Gorakhnath Mutt.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. And, he has been a member of parliament for a long time. He has always been speaking about the issues of Gorakhpur. And that too in the parliament also has spoken about how he always wanted that, encephalitis, which has always been a big problem for Gorakhpur. He really wanted to work for that. But when he came into the power, he made sure that Gorakhpur gets an AIMS. And that is what we have seen. We were just there just before, and we have seen how this AIMS is also not only benefiting people from Gorakhpur, Kushinagar, Mirzapur and all those areas, but also people from Nepal who are coming here from Bihar. A lot of patients who come from Bihar for get the treatment done. So all these things, is something which the BJP leaders are talking about. They want to make a statement out here that whatever work has been done. Purvanchal, time and again we are saying, because it is a very important, region for the BJP and for Samajwadi as well. CM Adityanath has always said that the SP government and the BSP government both have neglected Purvanchal, and that is the only reason that there has been no work in this area in the past 10 years before the BJP government. And he always spoke about the benefits not only to a particular community, but about, the agenda which the BJP speaks about, getting into, reaching to the last man, reaching the line. This is something which is BJP is promoting in the campaign, and with the campaign, which is already, everywhere, be it digital, be it the door-to-door campaign. But today, after this nomination, CM is going to be more aggressive in the terms of, getting it out there against the opposition, because now he's just not a CM, he's now a candidate of people's. He's seeking votes for the representation, and this will all be a major factor pushing the BJP towards a landslide victory, which they've already done in 2017. But this time, it's all about Yogi factor and Gorakhpur once again. Yes.
Abhishek, get us some voices from the ground. I want to know what is really the mood on the ground, and the fact that Yogi Adityanath chose this particular seat of Gorakhpur Urban. How do the locals really feel about that?
Well, absolutely, Akshita. We'll get to some of the voices also. People are here. They're waiting for the convoy to come outside when CM Adityanath will come along with, with Amit Shah. आज कितना आप लोग यहाँ पर खड़े हुए हैं गोरखपुर के लिए. कितना आज बड़ा दिन है गोरखपुर के लिए आज का?
आज हम लोग के लिए बहुत खुशी का दिन है. आज हमारे भगवान कहिए योगी आदित्यनाथ जी का आज नामांकन है. काफी संख्या में
स्थिति क्या थी, क्या बदलाव आया है 5-7 सालों में, आपको क्या लगता है? क्या
गोरखपुर 2017 के बाद गोरखपुर समझिए कि बहुत बदलाव हुआ है. जो 50 वर्ष एडवांस हो गया.
कुछ नहीं था गोरखपुर में. क्या नहीं?
गोरखपुर में कुछ नहीं था. खाद कारखाना नहीं था, एम्स नहीं था, चीनी मिलें सब बंद हो गई थी. पूज्य महाराज जी जब से सरकार बनाए तब से ये सारी चीज उत्तर प्रदेश में सड़क की जो स्थिति थी, आपके गोरखपुर में अगल बगल जितने भी सड़क देख लीजिए, हजारों किलोमीटर की सड़कों का.
बताइए, गोरखपुर से चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं योगी जी, गोरखपुर से चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, इसका क्या मायना है, इससे क्या फर्क है?
इसका महाराज जी चुनाव नहीं लड़ रहे हैं, गोरखपुर की जनता चुनाव लड़ रही है. महाराज जी 202 सीट पर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं. महाराज जी ये चुनाव गोरखपुर की जनता की चुनौती है.
समाजवादी पार्टी की कोई चुनौती है?
पार्टी के लिए कोई चुनौती नहीं, कोई भी पक्ष नहीं है. सारे लोग धराशायी हो गए हैं. केवल फालतू में इधर उधर का इल्जाम लगा रहे, कोई इल्जाम नहीं रह गया है.
सारा फोकस पूर्वांचल पर ही आ गया है. सारा फोकस पूर्वांचल.
महाराज जी से किसी का टक्कर ही नहीं है. सब हवा में पगडंडी बतिया रहे हैं, केवल अपना मीडिया में आने के लिए बोल रहे हैं. महाराज जी से किसी की लड़ाई नहीं है. और बीजेपी का जो सिंबल है, इससे कोई बहुत कुछ दूर है लोग. महाराज जी 400 सीट से कम नहीं पाएंगे.
गोरखपुर में ही चलता है अब सब जगह. योगी का नाम सब जगह चलता है कि गोरखपुर में ही है? योगी का नाम यही है कि सब जगह चलता है?
पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में बहुत दूर दूर तक है महाराज जी. जी का। महाराज जी के टक्कर का कोई है ही नहीं।
We've heard the voices, Akshita. They all are saying that, CM Adityanath being the face of this government and the work which has been done in Purvanchal is something they are keen on, and they are very optimistic that BJP is once again going to get a bigger number this time when CM Adityanath himself is on the ground fighting it out against the opposition from the Gorakhpur seat. Yes.
We can hear the music levels rising there, and the BJP workers clearly very, very jubilant around you, Abhishek. And it's unbelievable the kind of celebrations. You've got, the dhol there, you've got acrobats, dancers, all of them coming together. This is right outside AIMS Gorakhpur, which is symbolic by itself. The BJP highlighting that the kind of development projects that they brought about in Gorakhpur. Abhishek, can you hear me?
Yes, Akshita, please repeat your question. Yes.
I don't think you'll be able to hear my question with the kind of music around you, Abhishek. Show us what's happening.
Well, absolutely, Akshita. All the excitement is here. They all are excited. They all are just waiting for that moment when Amit Shah will come outside. CM Yogi Adityanath will come outside, and there will be a lot of, welcoming, a lot of chanting, a lot of excitement, because it's a big day for them. CM Adityanath, who has been, a member of parliament from Gorakhpur, but this is a local election. It's all about the local agendas, the local work which has been done, the picture of this region which has been changed, and with that, how the BJP government is very optimistic of once again getting a landslide victory here in Purvanchal. You can see how these dancers are performing. They are, dancing on the music, dancing on the folk tune, showing us some big moves here. But as I've been saying, Gorakhpur is just excited because Maharaj Ji, Yogi Adityanath, to whom they have a lot of regards, is fighting it out.
Abhishek, can you speak to some of those youngsters, some of those young dancers who've gathered there?
They are very excited of.
Not sure if Abhishek can hear us. Abhishek, if you can hear me, can you speak to some of those youngsters there who are dressed in saffron, who are dancing?
Well, absolutely. We will speak to them and let's get to know what they think about it. But क्या नाम है आपका?
क्या
नाम क्या नाम है?
धीरज।
क्या आज क्यों आए? क्या योगी जी को देखने आए? क्यों आए?
योगी जी को देखने आए हैं।
आप जो डांस कर रहे हैं, ये कौन सा डांस है? क्या होता है?
फरुआई डांस है, फरुआई डांस।
कहाँ का है?
रजाई कैंप चौराहा, बनटांगिया की तरफ से।
आज यहाँ पर क्यों आए आप लोग? क्या किसलिए?
योगी जी के जिताने के लिए, योगी जी दिखाने के लिए।
योगी जी को पसंद करते हैं?
हाँ।
बिल्कुल। We'll meet some of, we'll also talk to some of the other boys. क्या नाम है आपका?
अमरेश।
अच्छा, ये बताइए कौन सा डांस है जो आप लोग कर रहे हैं?
फरुआई डांस हो रहा है और यहाँ पर स्टैंड हो रहा है।
अच्छा। आप बताइए आज सीएम को देखने के लिए आए यहाँ पे?
हाँ जी।
कितना एक्साइटेड है? सीएम को देखा है?
बहुत ज्यादा, हद से ज्यादा एक्साइटेड है।
कहाँ से आए? कौन सी जगह से?
रजाई कैंप चौराहे पे से, गोरखपुर क्षेत्र।
हमको कुछ करके दिखाइएगा। Let's see some of the dance moves there which they are showing to us. And it is very important to see all these young boys are performing the folk dance here, are very excited for the fact that how CM Adityanath, is into the party, the Samajwadi Party, and it has become a major point for them because it's the fight, and all the BJP supporters, all the supporters of Yogi Adityanath who are coming here at the airport, talking about the BJP work, and they all are very happy that CM Adityanath is again contesting for the first time as an MLA for this election. Yes.
So festive atmosphere, as you can see on your screens there, has gripped Gorakhpur. Any moment now, Yogi Adityanath, from where we're reporting, from where you see that huge crowd and that celebration, will be passing through, accompanied by Home Minister Amit Shah. After that, there's going to be a public meeting, and then Yogi Adityanath will officially be making his assembly election debut by filing his nomination papers. All of the top leadership of the Uttar Pradesh BJP unit, Home Minister Amit Shah, Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, all of them are also there to witness this moment. The BJP, of course, banking heavily on Yogi Adityanath. You see massive posters there, all of them highlighting Yogi over Prime Minister Modi, which is something that is very, very rare for the BJP. Nationwide, any election campaign, their headline event is Narendra Modi. This time around, in a seat like Gorakhpur, where Yogi is immensely popular, the headliner is Yogi Adityanath himself. We also spoke to the likes of MP Ravi Kishan and several other BJP leaders. Remember, Ravi Kishan is now the Member of Parliament from Gorakhpur. Here's what he had to say. Also a very unique song that he coined for Yogi Adityanath.
Ravi, you are popular across the country. You have helped the BJP in this region. Is bar थोड़ा टाइट है मामला?
No, nothing like that. I'll definitely मैं आज तक के सभी दर्शकों को बता देना चाहता हूँ. Not overconfident, but I'm confident because of the work, because of the honesty of my Chief Minister, Shri Yogi Adityanath Maharaj ji, and the kind of dedication and the way day and night 20 hours in 24 hours में 20 hours he worked. And मैं इसका साक्षी रहा, मैं गवाह रहा, समस्त Eastern UP, Uttar Pradesh गवाह रहा. So I'm very confident because of the honesty, the kind of work, the education or medical side or the roads.
One element has been disheartening was the dead bodies floating down the Ganga, a lot of the other things. And also, there was a word that Mr. Yogi Adityanath may contest from Ayodhya. What is the significance of coming to Gorakhpur?
See, everybody must know that Bharatiya Janata Party is one cadre party. You have Sangathan, there are layers. They decide. We don't decide. It's not Sapa Congress party, जो परिवार की पार्टी खुद को वोट देना, खुद को दूल्हा बनाना, खुद तय करना मेरी शादी यहाँ होगी. No, nothing like that. Here, cadre decide. They decided Ravi Kishan to fight from Gorakhpur. So I've come all the way to fight from Gorakhpur और 7.5 लाख वोट हमको यहाँ मिले. So the party decided कि महाराज जी का जो कद है, उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी है इतनी बड़ी है कि anywhere in entire country किसी से पूछ ले, कहीं से भी वो लड़ते हो डेफिनेटली ऐतिहासिक वोट से जीतते. So पार्टी ने और इन्होंने पूरा जीवन यहाँ संघर्ष किया, इस मिट्टी में संघर्ष किया, आंदोलन किया, इंसेफ्लाइटिस से लेके यहाँ पानी की समस्या, मेडिकल, यही रामगढ़ झील पे जहाँ लाशें बहती थी आज वहाँ पर स्पीड बोट्स पे लोग घूम रहे हैं. आज उन्होंने चेंज किया, यहाँ एम्स है, यहाँ फर्टिलाइजर है, चीनी कारखाने हैं, यू नेम एंड द थिंग्स आर देयर व्हिच हैव नेवर हैपेंड इन लास्ट 70 years. आई एम फ्रॉम हियर, आई एम अ लोकल बॉय. I am from this soil, so I know कि यहाँ पर लोग डरते. This itself where you're standing right now is इसको Eastern Chicago बोलते.
But it was law and order is an issue yesterday. Owaisi was attacked.
That I don't know. That's what happened. I've read in the news, but where, how, some personal grudges, anything can happen, which I know उसको पुलिस छानबीन करेगी और जो भी उसमें गुनहगार होगा उसको डेफिनेटली पकड़ा जाएगा. वो बहुत ही बुरा है जो भी हुआ, वो किसने किया, क्या किया, उसको वो तुरंत पकड़ा जाएगा.
This song has been doing that UP में काबा. I heard you singing UP में बा or something. I heard something. What can you sing that for us?
Jekabun rahal u abba. I sang the rap. It was a rap. Jekabun rahal u abba. UP में सब बा. तो भैया सुन ला. ना साइकिल ना हाथी ना हाथ बा. ना साइकिल ना हाथी ना हाथ बा. ये बेर भैया हो UP में योगी आदित्यनाथ बा.
We're counting down to UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath filing his nomination from the Gorakhpur Urban seat. In just hours from now, that's set to happen. And the BJP has ensured a festive atmosphere, painting the town saffron with hours to go for Yogi to file his nomination papers. This will officially mark his assembly election debut. I want to get you what's really happening on the ground. Abhishek Mishra is joining us live from Gorakhpur. Abhishek, I'm handing this straight across to you to get us the mood on the ground.
Certainly, Akshita, it's not much time when CM Yogi Adityanath will come out of the airport after receiving Amit Shah, who is here just because of him, for his very important nominations. The supporters, the dancers, they all are here. They are waiting for that moment when CM Adityanath will come. And Akshita, it has a major relevance. As we have been discussing it, it's not just an election. For the first time, we're witnessing a lot of, different things which are happening on the ground. Akhilesh Yadav is setting the tone from the western Uttar Pradesh along with Jayant Chaudhary. But East is all majorly about Yogi Adityanath and about the BJP focusing on the development work. As we all been saying time and and again that Purvanchal is going to benefit any of them, be it the BJP or Samajwadi Party, because a major chunk of vote share comes from this belt, and that is going to directly give an advantage for any of the party if they are able to get that into their favor. The mood is all about work. The mood is all about Yogi Adityanath and the kind of work he has done. But today's nomination has more mileage for the BJP in terms of how the top leader of their government, CM Adityanath, decided to get into the political battle here, choosing Gorakhpur, and at the same time, Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Maurya has also filed his nomination from Siratu. Majorly, most of the leaders, most of the cabinet ministers are also battling it out in their respective constituencies. So a clear indication by the BJP that we have done the work, we have a report card to show, and that is the only reason that we are optimistic of this victory. Support to all of our ministers, and of course for the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who has always been
Abhishek, I'm going to come back to you as you beam for us those live images of the song and dance that's underway moments from now. Yogi Adityanath, accompanied by Home Minister Amit Shah, will be making his way through that very road where you see these kind of celebrations that have broken out. We're slipping into a short break with those images here on India Today. We'll be right back with the latest updates from Gorakhpur and our unmatched election coverage. Stay with us.